Hey everyone, how's it going? Pretty nice day out today. If you are watching this on Facebook or Instagram, some of the other social networks, I am recording this on Periscope. So if we do get a few people on here that do start commenting and saying some stuff, or if I start welcoming people, you'll know why you're not able to see it on some of the other social networks. I was talking about the Pirate Metrics AARRR on a comment earlier, and I thought I would explain what that is. I think his name is Dave McClure from, maybe it was with 500 Startups, and he coined that phrase, and it is about acquisition, activation, retention, referrals, and revenue when we're referring to a sales funnel. And so I just, for now, because Facebook and some of the internet is really good with activation, email opt-ins, and you guys kind of know monetization is different with everything that you do. And referrals are kind of share, word of mouth, or shares on Facebook. You guys kind of know what referrals are. So I just want to kind of talk about acquisition and retention. And I think the game nowadays and the strategy is more about the retention. I don't have an exact allocation or how you'd spend that time, but let's say 80% retention or 90% retention and maybe 10% activation. Acquisition for the 10%. The reason I feel that way is I guess I'm talking more about a relationship funnel. I'm talking about a funnel where it's got like a higher lifetime value of a customer, where there's relationships, there's trust, there's a fair amount of educating involved. There might be like a higher purchase, such as like real estate, somebody buying or somebody listing a house. And you have to educate the market so that you can build up that trust in your reputation as well. So I want to talk a little bit about that with the acquisition and the retention and how I allocate it and how I look at it based on kind of my daily habits with my apps on my phone right now for marketing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing what I would call the acquisition part of it, planting the seed. It's starting off with Periscope, and the reason I like doing the acquisition for Periscope is Periscope gets you the organic traffic, which is, obviously free traffic, and it comes in from Twitter, but it also comes in from just being on here for a long time. So like there's a lot of people that do 45-minute or 1-hour videos on Periscope, and they are able to get 200 to 300 to 400 people on their Periscopes. Cool, Blue Breeze, good to see you on here. They don't necessarily get 400 people. Not everyone gets 400 people right away when they first turn it on. That's something they build up over time, that demand. But they're able to start building demand with acquisition by doing 1-hour videos. You have to put in the work first to be able to build that video. So that's another way of doing it without spending, thousands of dollars on Facebook traffic, for example. So you do a long video on Periscope, and then you've got the long video, and then you save that to your camera roll. And hopefully you're able to expose it to 40, 50, 80 people on Periscope with your longer video. It helps you practice longer content as well. And usually what you want to do is fuel yourself by going to learn a lot of new stuff. Not just hanging on social media, but actually reading a lot of longer articles and gathering a lot of information, so then you'll have more fuel and more information to talk about. And then you'll be able to do these longer videos. And then from there, what you'll do is you are going to just be able to talk for a longer period of time, keep people on here, and then you'll get the new traffic. And then what you're going to do is save it to the camera roll, and then what you're going to do is, I'm just doing this visually in my head here, but what you're going to do is then you're going to syndicate it over the other social networks. So I don't have this all memorized. I have it all on my phone, and then visually I remember it all. But the way it would look is, as you add the value on these Periscopes and you are building up your audience with the longer videos, and you're exposing more people for the acquisition, what you would normally get from free traffic. You're doing it organically, and the reason you know it's decent traffic organically is because the headline is there, and the people that come out into the market on Periscope, they see the headline, so you know that you're targeting the right people. One thing that I should have done, I think I might be able to still fix this, is in my headline I should have probably put a couple hashtags in there, because this is connected to Twitter, so it'll also give me some kind of like search engine traffic from that. So then what I'm going to do is, once I save it to my camera roll, I'm going to go ahead and upload it to YouTube. I'm going to put it on Facebook, and then I'm going to go to thanks for the hearts. What I'm going to do is go on Pinterest and LinkedIn, and I'm going to take the copied link from YouTube and put it onto LinkedIn, and put it also onto Pinterest. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the video and put that on Instagram. And Instagram's going to cut that to a minute, and then I'm going to take that minute video and I'm going to put it on my WordPress with some content, and then the WordPress is just going to get like a minute video, and then other than that I'm going to put it on Google Plus as well, and I'll also get a 1 minute video on there. What I like to do sometimes too is do like a Facebook Live, and then I'll save that as well, Facebook Live. I think it's important to always do lives every once in a while, even if it's just like one a day, just to kind of be top of mind. And then once you save that 1 minute video from your Facebook Live, then you can take that and upload it to Instagram, and then you can repurpose it for Google Plus, and repurpose it for repurpose it for Google Plus, and repurpose it for WordPress. WordPress is your free website or your blog, basically. Doubler, good to see you. So that's kind of what I do. I would look at all the social networks, Google Plus, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, and all of these things as the retention. I would look at them as the follow-up. I would look at them as like an email address. Obviously, YouTube is tied to email. The other ones are just people that are on there a lot of the time. They're going to see you on there. Looks like we're getting a lot of people jumping on. That's good. That's doing exactly what I needed to do here to prove the point. And I'm getting a lot of hearts here, which I appreciate as well. Thank you for that. So, as you can see, everything I just told you about all the syndicating, that's the retention, that's the follow-up, that's the pipeline, that's the relationship building, the trust building, the reputation building. What you're doing is you're doing it by video, and so that'll be kind of the middle to back end of your funnel. And then the front end of the funnel is the new traffic that comes in from Periscope, all the new people that are coming on here. And then the people that are watching on here, some of them are going to subscribe, right, on Twitter, and then some of them are also going to watch later on Twitter as well, because now the videos from Periscope show in the Twitter feed, right? So I'm throwing a lot of different things out at you right now, but understand that they're all connected, and it's kind of the system and the engineering of how the internet works. So it's kind of there's the acquisition and the traffic, and there's the hashtags, and there's SEO and search engine optimization. Everybody's kind of searching kind of that inbound traffic, and that's where you're getting the new traffic from. I think the organic traffic, in my opinion, would really be better in theory than the paid traffic. But there's some also any traffic where there's some context as well. I think posting a link where somebody doesn't really know anything about you is not the same traffic as somebody that watched a 10-minute video that wants to follow you, right? There's more context there. So having said that, let me walk you through it one more time. Top of the funnel, doing a Periscope video, okay? And I'm getting a lot of new traffic, and a lot of people are coming on here and rotating through here. So when you see 8 people on here right now, when I shut this off, there will have been about 50 people, or probably about 35 people on here at some point within the hour. But if I give it another 24 hours, it'll probably be another 15 people that watch the replay. So that's what's going to happen with a 15-minute video, for example. I might get 40 to 50 people, right? The shorter the video, the fewer the people. You got to build it up over time. That's the acquisition. That's the new subscribers. That's the new followers from Twitter. The headline helps in the search of Twitter. The hashtags that I put in there help in the search in Twitter, right? Okay, so now I have a video, which I have content. I'm going to save that to my camera roll, right? I'm going to now repurpose that same content, because it's relationship building, right? It's actually, there's not a lot of other people doing it right now, not enough. So we're going to win on the supply and demand, right? Because there's just not enough people doing it. So it'd just be like meeting in person. People want to be able to do it from the comfort of their own home. Casa Luna, good to see you. Casa Luna 1000. So now what's happening is I repurpose this video and I put it onto Facebook. I prefer to put it into my Facebook group to actually build a targeted community. I prefer to do a 1-minute video on Facebook Live to tell people, to build the demand, to say, hey, I got a video coming out later on. Pay attention that that's coming out later on. Builds up a little bit of anticipation there as well. And put that in my Facebook group. I will share that off to my personal page. So now we've got the long content on Facebook, but that goes later on Facebook. It might be hours later, it might be the same day. But usually what I do as soon as I'm done with this and I save it to the camera roll, I'll immediately put it on YouTube. I like YouTube because I like the headlines. It's supposed to be the #2 search engine out there. You get, you can put some hashtags in there. You can put a description in there. You can put a title in there. You can put your video up on there. It's very long-term play. It's for search engine optimization and new traffic and new views. Very long-term play. YouTube does not have the same social media effect as the other ones, where they don't have people. They have more people watching, more billion hours or whatever. People actually watching videos, putting the videos up there, so they're winning in that game. But they're not winning in the game as much as the people that are using it every day, that are just sitting on there every day, like Facebook. So again, thank you for all the hearts. What I'm going to say then is that YouTube is a long-term game. You're going to get a link, a share link for YouTube, and then you take that link, share it onto Pinterest with a little bit of content. You're going to put it onto LinkedIn with a little bit of content. You want that stuff to show up in the search engine results. That's why you're putting some content in there and not just a link like everybody else. You want it to actually not just give you short-term traffic, but long-term traffic. The long-term traffic's from the Google. Google just came out. I just read an article a couple of days ago. They're up to 3.3 trillion searches a year now. It doubled. So that's a very high number. There's a lot of search engine traffic out there. Everybody's kind of on social media right now, so they're doing the short-term traffic with the retention, and it's kind of like an email list. They're friends and relationship from offline, so they're not really paying attention to the acquisition and the new traffic and all this SEO traffic that they can get. Long-term, it builds up and compounds, but they got to create content. Because like Google's just not out there just saying, let me just list every single link that's ever posted. They want like actual valuable content that's posted, right? So now you've got that YouTube link posted to LinkedIn. You've got it posted to Pinterest as well, right? So now what we did a 1-minute video earlier on Facebook Live to let people know that there's video coming later in the group. You will end up sharing that to your Facebook profile as well, because a lot of your friends are on there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to upload that same video, because again, you're repurposing it. You're going to upload it to Instagram, and then Instagram's going to automatically chop it off at 1 minute. I am in talks with David Wang. We're talking about an app where you can actually take your videos and chop it into a bunch of 1-minute segments, so that you can actually have it in a lot of different videos, since they're only 1 minute each. So that's Instagram. And then they're gonna, and now you have a 1-minute video, but you don't even have to worry about it being chopped off, because what I do is to take the 1-minute video that I did earlier on Facebook Live, which is kind of building up the demand, a little bit more like copywriting and stuff, the anticipation for the longer video as to what is to come. It's just like the headline, right, before you read the big article. So you take that Facebook Live, you take that, and it's under a minute, might be 30 seconds even. It just says what's coming later, and then you take that 1-minute video, and from Facebook Live, you put it on Instagram, put it on to Google+, and then you put it onto your WordPress blog as well, right? Well, what that trains people to do is, if you build enough value into the headline and the copywriting, what it trains people to do is it conditions them after time to not leave, but like go off of some of your other social networks and cross-sell or go to some of your other networks, some of your YouTube channels and some of your longer stuff, like your longer videos on Facebook. It gets them onto Facebook, it gets them onto YouTube, it gets them onto other things, right? Other channels, not just the same. It's very tough to build any kind of trust relationship off of these 1-minute videos on Instagram and some of that kind of stuff. I love Instagram. Great engagement as far as the comments. Hey, how's it going? Alexander, I'm sorry. So yeah, it works really well in that way. Where's the monetization? Well, this is just the beginning of it all, right? The scope is about acquisition and retention, and it might even help also to just go back and watch the rest of it, Alexander, because that'll help as well. But if you're just joining us now, acquisition and retention, we've been talking mostly about the retention online, and then acquisition is this Periscope that's going on right now. And then here's what we're going to do is now what you're doing is you're doing all of this marketing because you eventually want leads. You want people to message you. You want people to call to action, CTA, call to action. They're going to message you. They're going to direct message you. Messenger, direct message on Instagram, or whatever way that they feel comfortable communicating with you. That's what they're going to do, right? Zone Fast, come see ya. They're going to communicate with you, and they're going to say, your look is Randy Orton. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but so turn up the volume. Okay, I'll try to talk a little bit closer, right? I'm probably talking a little too softly here. So now you got the people contacting you. They've watched more context. It's as if they've had a couple strategic meetings with you because they've now watched a couple hours of your content. When they're more interested in pursuing things, I'm great, thanks Reagan. Then they will go watch your longer videos, right? They'll go watch your 20-minute, 30-minute, and 1-hour videos on YouTube. They will seek that out. People are at different parts of the cycle as far as the buying cycle and the relationship funnel and so forth, right? People that know you and, hey, thanks. The people that know you from real life and stuff, they will just go ahead and like watch more of your stuff, right? So I can see here there's some people who need a block here that are being kind of funny. You can't see it on the other networks. But so what you need to do then is just basically go ahead and put the longer videos out. People will be able to see that. And then you'll eventually get leads. And then from those leads, you'll be able to work with other people. You'll be able to build up a pipeline. You'll be able to build up CRM and so forth. Pretty interesting stuff. Just tired right now. Okay, Alexander, sorry that you're tired right now. Sorry to hear that. Thank you for this information, though, that you just mentioned. And that's another thing I like about Periscope is the comments that you get on here and some of that kind of stuff. So again, you're building up the follow-up. I'm a big believer in the follow-up and the relationship funnel. You're building all of this up. You're now taking those leads. You're having other salespeople work with them one-on-one, giving them the attention that they need. Sometimes that takes months. Sometimes there's a lot of qualifying. Sometimes there's a lot of filtering involved. That's where the monetization comes. But it's whatever you think the follow-up is, it's 10 to 20 times that, right? You just never give up. Just keep following up. And people will never tell you their objectives necessarily. You just got to keep after them. Just do it on their own level. We're going upstream a lot more nowadays with marketing than we used to. People used to call you, but like call you out of Yellow Pages, but now we're going upstream and catching them an hour or a year and a half earlier, right? So that's what's different about marketing nowadays is you got to understand that we're catching them way before that. So it takes a while before they call you. I have a lot of success with people calling and texting after Craigslist, for example. I think they're at a different point in the funnel, just like I think people on eBay and Amazon are at a different point in the funnel. But people on social media are there for entertainment. They're also just in the beginning of the funnel, and you got to build up that relationship over time because a lot of other people, Amazing Race, good to see you. A lot of the people are competing with you. So, having said that, you're doing all this follow-up. I've told you a little bit about the acquisition with Periscope. You're doing a lot of the retention and building up of everything with video nowadays, right? You're using it on all the other platforms. Do it on all the other platforms. Everybody likes different platforms, so you got to cater to all the different people. Plus, I've been in this business. I was online in 95 building sites. Trust me, 22 years, a lot of things come and go. We got a pretty good run so far with a lot of these companies. Have been around 12, 13 years, like YouTube and Facebook and so forth. But a lot of things go away. You guys have seen a lot of disruption in technology, malls and stores and Blockbusters, and everybody's going away. The world's changing a lot. Email attrition is crazy. People in the real estate business, attrition is crazy. The world is disrupting very fast now, so you want to be very diversified. You want to put a lot of different, you want to build a lot of different relationships on a lot of different platforms. And then as you build those relationships and the different leads come in and different people need help, as soon as you know it's a good qualified person to follow up with and help with one-on-one, immediately have somebody that is qualified, like a salesperson, to work with them one-on-one and help them, whether they're buying a house, whether they're listing a house, whether their credit isn't any good. Real estate's just an easier one for me to explain, but it could be somebody that needs help building websites and social media and understanding how to connect all the funnels and everything else. So I work with strategic partners in lots of different areas, a lot in tech, a lot in marketing, a lot in real estate. And so I always know people that follow up with any of you guys one-on-one. So those are just the businesses I like long term. I put my eggs in those baskets: marketing, tech disruption, and real estate investing. So if you guys ever want to connect with me, Bazaar, welcome to Periscope. If you guys ever want to connect with me, I would prefer Messenger on Facebook, number one. Direct message on Instagram would probably be next. I see some people that comment on Instagram and they say, hey, DM me. I don't quite understand that. It just seems easier to just DM me and then to actually comment about DMing. But looks like we're still getting quite a few people here on Periscope. I want to welcome you guys on Periscope. I know some of you guys joined a little bit later. We're into a 20-minute video here, so if you guys want to come back and watch it from the very beginning, I know it'll be around for like another 24 hours on Periscope. If you aren't able to catch it right away on Periscope, and you're afraid that it'll vanish or something, you can find this. I'm going to save it to my camera roll. You'll find this on YouTube here shortly, hopefully within the hour, hopefully within a few hours on Facebook as well. So I hope you guys have a good day. I'll do another video here about another topic. Always open your guys' ideas on what those topics are. And I'll catch you guys later. Okay? Thanks. Bye.